Welcome back to Barcelona. It is time for Formula One qualifying on an afternoon where McLaren look rapid, but others could yet make this a very tight battle at the front.
I can't pull away, have a problem.
Oh no, Colapinto reporting a problem with the car, and he's looking for something. Sainz immediately told, I'm sure on the radio he'd have been told, he's got a problem, you're allowed to go past him.
Sainz has got to deliver through these two corners here, the long left and then this right-hander, equally long at the top of the hill, lower speed, and then it's almost a flat-out run all the way to the line. It is flat through turn 13. One more corner to negotiate, and he's got to put this together.
So it's spread out in terms of the time. Sainz went early, he bolted past a static Colapinto. He gets to 13th. It's an improvement. Will it be by enough? Colapinto has stopped. So the checkered flag is out and Behrman is in the drop zone. Esteban Ocon is still in the drop zone. Crucially, that car is beyond the start-finish line. Haas moving around a lot for Esteban Ocon, trying to fight his way through into Q2.
Sonoda's first sector isn't good in the Red Bull as well, down in 20th.
Can Ocon get there? He gets to 15th. By 0.02 of a second to eliminate the home hero, Carlos Sainz. Now, Behrman had a good second run. Can it be a good third run? It is again for Oliver Behrman. Superb lap time under pressure. And talking of pressure, here's Yuki Tsunoda, who will be hoping upon hope that he's kept the tyres in, that they're offering grip, because he's currently in 20th position. And we've already seen this with the second Red Bull earlier in the year. Can Tsunoda, who's been complaining about the car sliding all weekend long, make it through? He can't. He's 19th. Make that back to 20th. Yuki Tsunoda at the back of the field for the Spanish Grand Prix. He is out in the first part of qualifying along with Hülkenberg, Ocon, Sainz and Colapinto, who had a car problem and wasn't allowed a third run at the racetrack. It's been a tough weekend for Williams so far after their point scoring heroics so far in 2025. Alex Albon's got to 10th position, but for how long? Can Bortoleto managed to find his way through here? Certainly in the mix. No, he misses out by 1/10 of a second. It would still be his absolute best starting position in a Formula One Grand Prix. A one-lap king so far this year has been Isaac Hadjar, currently down to 12th position. Liam Lawson 2/10 away from Albon as well. Hadjar finds a way again, under pressure, he fights his way to the top 10, he eliminates Alex Albon, and now can Liam Lawson find an equally strong final sector of the racetrack and elevate himself up? He can't. It's only 13th for Liam Lawson after his career best finish with P8 in the previous Grand Prix. This is just a hit and a hope for Oliver Behrman, and Behrman can do no more with that car around this circuit. And it's Albon, Bortoleto, Lawson, Stroll and Behrman, the 5 to fall in the second part of qualifying.
This is going to give Norris a tow. This is exactly what we were talking about. Look, Lando's going to start his lap behind Oscar, who comes across the line and will jump out of the way. There we go. There is no teamwork going on at McLaren.
Yeah, that's like, you are not getting a tow, buddy. You're having to do this on your own.
Well, Piastri's first lap was a 1:11.836, and it was a really strong effort on the board. George Russell, he gets 0.2 of a second away. Russell ahead of his teammate Kimi Antonelli. Fastest final sector of anyone so far. Verstappen trying to get back in contention. Only good enough for P3. Lando Norris has the fastest first sector of anyone so far. He said after securing pole position in Monaco, he got a little bit of himself back. Can it be provisional pole for Lando Norris? It is! By 1/100th of a second. The two McLaren drivers are separated by 1/100th of a second on the timing page. 3 points in the championship, and it's a McLaren front row as it stands, but it is game on for the final run. And let's go back then to the final moments of Oscar Piastri's lap, where Lando Norris saw him coming.
It's cunning from Norris, who jumps so far off the road so as not to impede his teammate, but then gun it straight after to try and get a slipstream.
Watch for Lando opening close behind. Cheeky.
Oh, he's committed through 14 as well.
He wants it. Where does he go? Epic stuff, Fernando Alonso. He's gone to P5 ahead of the reigning world champion. What a lap for the crowd to revel in, for the driver to revel in.
Oh, strong. Very good. Well done.
So Leclerc is happy with what he's done there, and he's out of the car. So that is it.
Meanwhile, in the battle for pole position, Lando Norris is improving just shy of a tenth of a second, but it's not a personal best in the middle sector of the racetrack. Gasly now goes to P5. Outstanding lap time from him. Piastri is extracting more time from the McLaren. It's got to be a mighty final sector for Lando Norris. Coming under pressure from his Australian teammate. Norris improves the benchmark. He goes over the line, but he's going to be under pressure from Piastri, who's fastest of all in the first sector. In the second sector, Piastri trying to take away pole, and he does so by 0.2 of a second. Piastri roars past to take pole. It's Antonelli up to 4th position, and Piastri, after being outfoxed on the first lap, came roaring back in style. And it's McLaren 1-2, Mercedes 3-4. Verstappen still attacking out there, down to 9th position. Lewis Hamilton's form around this circuit continues. That is a superb finish to the lap. Verstappen takes away P3. Hamilton will be ahead of Charles Leclerc for just the second time in a Grand Prix start. First time since Shanghai. George Russell takes 4th position away from his old teammate, and that was an epic qualifying session all the way to the last. But it was Norris on the first run, Piastri on the second, and for the 4th time in his Formula One career, Piastri takes pole.
You won, Oscar. Well done, buddy. Pole position.
Nice work, very nicely done. It's quite some turnaround from last year, so well done everyone. Good effort so far. Let's have ourselves some fun tomorrow. Thank you.
And McLaren have locked out the front row, with that man starting 8 meters further forward than his nearest rival for the title.